In extension, you look at some of the structures that are in place for the police force. They have in extension for their families, and that's still where they live. They have an extension, they have schools, right? And I am a proud product of a Nigerian police school. I mean, primary school. Yes, thank you. And I'm saying that, you know, over time, all of these things has deteriorated. Who should be held responsible? Because look, if a policeman is working and knows that my family is well taken care of, my children, you know, they're well looked after by this same government I am serving with the whole of my life, then they can, that can make them and help them to be more efficient. I am very interested in who should we hold responsible.
Is a function of policy and implementation. At the policy level, we must recognize that the police force has moved from a small force to now one of the largest police forces in the world at over 300,000 personnel. There is no way that you can accommodate all of them in a barracks. There is no way that you can have all their children go to police primary school or secondary school. There is no way you can have their children, those who are going into tertiary institutions, have a specific schools for them. You have to have an incentive regime that will make it affordable for them to, those who could not be accommodated in the limited housing they have, in the limited schools they have, to be able to go into equally good schools outside of the barracks. So I don't believe that the solution is providing houses for all of them. We want, because we're not talking about partnership. Also, mind you, the whole idea behind barrack accommodation was based on the philosophy or strategy of policing we call using strangers to police strangers. Keep them away from the population. When they are needed for punitive measures, they go into the communities without sensitivity. We are talking about a situation now where they need to work in partnership with the community. They have to live in the community, understand the problems of the community. The community in turn understands their problem, and through partnership approach address them. You need an incentive regime that will enable them to purchase all these services better in the society, not secluding them from the people.
We all look forward to the full report, and I don't see any reason why the media will not publish it when they do see it. I know they will. Well, we're welcoming here, and we welcome again Professor Kemerutimi. He likes to make a point about state police. Professor, could you go ahead?
Yes, thank you very much. The state police controversy is actually is becoming a motive. But just to say that it is not unprecedented, the native authority and the local government police forces of the North and the West existed, and of course, you have some material for me on that, a full history of the forces. Now, when people, oftentimes we talk about state police, the point those who are opposed to it want to make is that politicians will misuse them. I have argued, and I'm not tired of arguing, that misuse of the police is not about whether it is local or state or federal. Politicians will always importing police for help. Some police will always oblige. Why do politicians importing police, and why do policemen oblige? These are the issues to discuss. Alaji Gambo, in his brief comment after submitting their report, talked about the experience of Dr. Zikwe, Paulo, and Co. But he was referring to the Fourth Republic. I just want to let Nigerians know that in the Second Republic, Dr. Azikwe, as MPP presidential candidate, had a rough patch in Borno when he went campaigning in the hands of the Nigeria police force. And I recall that Ifade had to apologize to him. And of course, in this current dispensation, we are all witnesses to what has been happening in parts of the country. The Nigerians knew what happened in Ibadan, Oyo State. With Alhaji Adedibu, the Commander General, whatever his name was given, and the Nigeria Police Force. So this is about government with police. That cannot be the argument why you don't want state police.